Hi everybody, it's Anna here with my weekly live in the Toddler Code community. I hope you're all doing really well out there. I'm having a beautiful Maui day over here. And yeah, this is probably, I always say this is probably going to be a quick little live here. I have some housekeeping to take care of, but first I wanted to talk about, I was thinking about what the live would be today, and I had a thought of like, what was the one thing that changed everything for me in how I viewed basically small children, how I viewed quote unquote naughty behavior, how I viewed parents' relationships with their children. There was really like one big mindset shift that happened for me that changed everything, and that made me so dedicated to this work and getting this information out to parents and watching families' lives change. And here it is. Here's the thing that made the biggest difference for me. And that was the understanding that children want to do what their parents, what the adults back in historically the tribe, quote unquote, want them to do. And so why do I phrase it that way? It's a little clumsy. Why don't I just say children want to do the right thing, right versus wrong, good versus bad? And I say it that way because I am wanting to express that right and wrong could vary from culture to culture, from family to family. And children are actually wired to want to do what their family, what their tribe expects of them. So it's super important that we the parents and we the adults have the absolute highest expectations for our children, that we expect the best. They will most likely respond to that. And also that we understand that if they are not doing the quote unquote right thing, or the thing that is correct social thing, you know, wanting to be a part of what I like to call team family. If they're not looking that way, if they're looking like they're wanting to do the opposite and actually make things more difficult on us, or a lot of parents out there are having the feeling that their children are even out to get them, or that that we're so at odds that that conflict is necessary in order to get along with our littles. And so it was just so important to understand for me that there's something that we the society, or we the adults, there's a message, maybe it's an underlying message. Because sometimes even the nicest parents, the most loving of parents, those that are in the Toddler Code community, the very best of parents, but sometimes they're giving off a perspective to the child inadvertently that is making the child do behaviors, what I like to call, once again in quotes, naughty behaviors. I do this in quotes because it's not the child's fault, but it's not the parent's fault either. It's just like a whole societal mirror where we're not really seeing how badly the children want to be doing the right thing, and how lots of times their negative behavior is to push us to give them the right reactions that promote them being on our team. Like sometimes we inadvertently are pushing them away. And so that's what coaching with me helps with, you getting a higher understanding of what you might be doing inadvertently, incorrectly. And so you're getting a behavior that you don't want, even though you're trying your best to be as gentle as possible and get behaviors that you do want and need in order to function, and not have a little tiny tyrant running the show. Because in the end, no one's going to let a 3-year-old run the home. As much as we might give in, want to protect them, want to make things easy on them, eventually we do have to take charge as the adults, because they're just so little and they can't do it. They can't run the house. They can't buy the groceries. They can't drive. They can't decide who and when is going to school and all these little details. So we can give them some appropriate autonomy for their age bracket, but we can't just give in against what we think is best. We have to give them a clue of what we expect of them and what it's like as they grow older, what their responsibilities are. But the mistake that most of us make in the West is that we're doing it in a way that increases the conflict instead of deflects it. And so that's what I'm here to do, is teach you how to do things just a little bit differently, easy and effortlessly, really. The switches are so easy and effortless. And it's just so beautiful when you don't get angry anymore, because you know just what to do to solve the problems before anger needs to come into the picture. And yet you're also not against your own better judgment giving in to kind of sometimes senseless demands just to keep the peace, you know? So it's a beautiful system here at the Toddler Code. And yeah, so that's my live for today. I don't think anyone's jumped on. Kat, has anyone jumped on live? Nope, we got no one on here live. I always do appreciate questions, and if you do watch this after, not live, if you want to put replay on, I'm always like really happy to hear who's watching the replay. And I did want to just do a couple little housekeeping things, which is that I wanted to let everybody know that I'm going to offer a once a month drawing. I've yet to figure out the prize or prizes, we'll see. But for anyone who posts an introduction with a picture, you will get entered into the drawing. And we only have one person this month who introduced herself, and she's a grandmother. I am literally forgetting her name right now. I should have looked this up. But currently, if I did the drawing today, she would be winning because she's the only one. So I encourage other parents or grandparents or caregivers to do a little introduction post in the group with a picture of them and their toddler. And this is a private group, by the way, so please, everybody, what's in the group stays in the group. I want it to be a safe space for everybody, with only Toddler Code parents in here, people who are really interested in just having the easiest lifestyle with their children imaginable. And one other thing I want to mention is that I'm having a marketing promotion right now. So I'm in the beginning process of creating my online signature course to go along with my coaching. And it's just gonna run for the rest of this week. I will promote it a little bit more, but I am offering for anyone who wants to help me with around 15 to 30 minutes of answering some questions about, it's just like about what's going on with you in your life, what's going on with you and your toddler, if you're having difficulties with your toddler, what you've tried in the past. So it's just kind of like what I call marketing research, where I am trying to ask you some questions and find out how I can make the best program possible for parents like yourself who are in the Toddler Code community. And so if you work with me, then I would like in trade, and thank you for that, to give you a gift of a free coaching session. So it's a half-an-hour session. It's valued at over $100 working with me. This is not a strategy session. This will actually be a place where you can ask me direct questions as a perk for helping me out create the Toddler Code signature program. So please, everybody, consider that. Yeah, just message me directly or comment on the post that I've written, and we'll get you all scheduled up, and we will have a great little talk, and you'll get some free help, and I will get some free information about what my parents in my group would actually really like to see in the online course. So there's that. And yeah, and people help me with the marketing research, might even help me change the name of the group. So that's an example of the type of thing. I'm just really curious about you all's perspective, so I hope some of you do take advantage. I'm just going to be running that promotion, I think, until next Monday. So yeah, and then there'll probably be another promotion the following week. So lots going on here in the Toddler Code. Welcome all the new members. I feel like we're getting around 20 to 30 new members a week or more even. So welcome everybody. Please introduce yourself. Get entered into a drawing to win some prizes, and I'd love to meet you all. And that's it for this week. Thank you so much.